Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we have a very important video. I would even consider it an educational video. It's definitely going to be a learning experience, and today's lesson is going to be on gender education. So the video we're going to be watching is called Things Not to Say to a Non-Binary Person. Now, let's just refresh our memory real quick on what exactly a non-binary person is. It gets kind of confusing nowadays with all these different genders, so let's just consult the gender encyclopedia real quick, and we will see that genderqueer, also termed non-binary, is a catch-all category for gender identities that are not exclusively masculine or feminine. Identities which are outside the gender binary and cis normativity. There's a lot of interesting terms in there, I guess you could say, but basically what it means is that you're in between male and female. Now, this might not make a lot of sense to you right now. You're thinking like, what do you mean you're in between male or female? You're either male or you're female, right? No, it actually does make a little bit of sense once you see the people involved in the video. Once you just take a look at them, it kind of starts to add up a little bit. So anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and get educated on what not to say to a non-binary person.
So what's going on down there?
So real quick, before we even address the question, if we just take a look at this individual on the left, don't you kind of understand what they mean by non-binary now? Because it's basically a man with a ponytail, and I guess those are supposed to be like some titties going on there. I don't even know, but is this not like kinda in between a male and a female, right? So it does kind of make sense what they're saying. I'm not saying it's right or nothing. It's still pretty fucking weird, but I do kind of understand where they're coming from. Now, let's address what they are saying, right? Remember what the title of this video is: What Not to Say to a Non-Binary Person. And the first example that they used of what not to say is asking a non-binary person, what's going on down there? Now, the problem with this logic is that isn't really a question that you ask anybody. It doesn't really matter whether they're non-binary or not. You know what I mean? Never in my life have I walked up to some random guy on the street and looked at his fucking dick area and said, "Hey man, what's going on down there?" That's just weird. That's not something that only applies to non-binary people. That's just fucking weird to say to anybody.
I have had this many times.
People don't even bother to ask me. They sort of forcibly tell me in the street, you've got this genitalia.
Listen, I'm gonna have to keep it real with you, Chief. That never happened, alright? I'm sorry, but you're telling me that random people on the street are just coming up to you out of nowhere and saying, "Hey, you have a dick." I don't think so, right? Let me just ask you all a question. Every single person listening to this video right now, have you ever just seen a random guy on the street and you walked up to them out of nowhere and said, "Hey, you have a dick," and then just walked away? Like, no, that doesn't happen, dude. Nobody just goes around telling people they got a fucking dick. That is not a thing. Like, I get it, okay? I totally get it. You look really fucking weird, and I think I'm complimenting you by saying that. Like, you do look like you are in between a man and a woman. That's what you're going for, right? So good job on looking fucking weird. I'm sure that people are very mean to you because of that, but we don't gotta be making shit up, alright? We don't gotta be lying.
What toilet do you use?
I kind of find myself having a breakdown about that on the daily.
Pause, bro. Hold on. What the fuck is that? What is on your head? Please, somebody explain to me, what is that haircut? You walked into the barbershop and paid money to get that haircut.
Whichever one I please.
This dude don't give a fuck, bro. Do you think we're all retarded? Let's be real, man. They're not letting you in the women's restroom. Look at you, dude. I'm sorry, you not going in the women's restroom.
And I was literally dragged out of the club by them and was asked, do I carry a card to identify whether I am trans or I should be using that toilet?
Hold up, they got gender cards now? When did these become a thing? I don't have one. Y'all got a gender card? Do I need to have some sort of identification that proves that I'm a fucking man? Hold on. Where do I get one of these?
I don't like to go in the male toilets at all because it's like I will be looked at, people think I'm a pervert.
Hold on, what did this bald motherfucker just say? He said, apparently, he doesn't feel comfortable going in the men's restroom. They look at him weird and call him a pervert, but he's totally fine going in the women's restroom because apparently he fits right in. You wouldn't even notice this guy in the women's restroom. He just looks like all the other women in there, right? What the fuck am I hearing? Do you think I'm stupid? Do you just think everyone who's watching this video is mentally retarded? Why are all these dudes trying to lie? Like, who do you think you're fooling with this attitude? Let's be real. If you walked into the women's restroom, they would be freaking out. You'd be getting weird looks. They'd be calling you a pervert. You're basically like a fucking gay vegan Vin Diesel, alright? That's you. You belong in the men's restroom. Don't be trying to come on here and lie and talk about how you be getting looks in the fucking men's restroom. You're getting looks in the women's restroom, alright? I don't know who you trying to fool.
Is it he or she?
I mean, thank you for asking.
2 options, he or she. Babes.
But there's he and she, they, their, ze, zir, fee as well.
Wait, hold up. He, she, they, them, z, zif, fee, fim? Man, what the fuck is a ziff, bro? Listen, I was with you, alright? He, she, I can even accept the they, the them, alright? At least these are people, right? What the fuck is a ziff or a fee, bro? Let me catch my son identifying as a ziff. What the fuck is a ziff, bro? Stop it. Listen, this is why nobody taking you seriously, alright? If you want to say he, she, they, or them, that's cool, man, whatever. But now you're just making shit up. Z, ziff, fifth, thumb, fuck you. How about that?
From about 6 feet away, they presume me to be female, and then they get closer and they're like, oh.
I went in one shop and they're like, okay, sir, yeah, we'll keep on to that. Thank you, sir. I walk into another shop 10 minutes later and they're like, yes, madam, I can't fucking win.
I don't get why they're crying. Isn't that the point? They want to be identified as a male and a female, right? They're trying to be in between. If one person's identifying them as a man, the other one as a woman, that means they're doing their job correctly. Isn't that exactly what you want? Like, why are you offended? That means you're doing a good job of being fucking non-binary because no one knows what the fuck you are. I mean, obviously when you walk into somewhere, they're not gonna identify you as a ziff, alright? I'm sorry, but nobody's doing that, so they're either gonna call you sir or ma'am, and if you get both of them, I would imagine that you're doing your job correctly, so I don't know what the big deal is here.
Do you shop in the men's or women's section?
Both is good.
Both is good.
I don't understand why we're still saying this is a female piece of clothing or this is a male piece of clothing.
Oh, you don't understand. Okay, well, let me help you understand a little bit. So, I happen to be a regular man, alright? Not transgender, non-binary, none of that stuff. Just a regular, simple, cisgender, scumbag, privileged man, right? That's me. And as a man, I happen to have this thing called a dick, right? It's like hanging between my legs, you know, flopping around. And along with the dick comes these 2 balls. You know, they're kind of all connected together down there. Now, the reason we have men's clothing and women's clothing is because a lot of the women's clothing out there can't really contain my dick and my balls inside of it, right? It's usually a little bit more revealing, let's say. And if I were to wear some of this women's clothing, basically my cock would be out free to the world. And I don't know, maybe you would enjoy that, you know, you seem like you might. But for the most part, people are not trying to see my dick when I'm walking around outside my house. So for that reason, I have to have more men-specific clothing that is designed to contain my dick and balls inside of it. So hopefully that clears things up for you a little bit, man. I know you were confused.
But I don't get it!
Then learn! Like,
You know what? Emo Mr. Clean has a point. We need to learn, and that's exactly what we did here today. So hopefully everyone can take this video as a learning experience and use it to grow as a person and expand their knowledge on all the other genders out there in the world. Today, we tackled non-binary, so that's one gender down. So, you know, there's only about 716 more to go. So hopefully one day we can master all the genders out there in the world. So that being said, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.